Cornwall Alternative School is an independent school who works with kids that aren't making it in the regular system. We work with both the public and the separate systems. We have grades 7 to 9 and a pilot project with a grade 10 for this year and next year. Cornwall Alternative School started in about 1972. Some social workers were noticing that there were school-age children out of school during school time, and they started talking to them and finding out that they weren't going to school for a variety of reasons. So they started down in a basement gathering kids to come and just do tutoring and working with them in hopes that they could get their skills to a point where they might go back to the regular school system. There's 3 reasons why a student will be referred to Cornwall, and it's either they're not attending at their previous school, or there's behavioral issues. There might be constant problems in the classroom or in the halls, or they're refusing to do the work. And usually by the time they come to Cornwall, all 3 are involved.
A lot of the challenges we experience here is a lot of the home life and the stuff that comes in off the streets. It's foster care, the court systems, alcohol and drug addictions, also peer pressures, gangs, violence, poverty, and you feel it in the regular system, but you feel it maybe tenfold in Cornwall, and the kids are the ones that have to pay for it.
The goal for all students is to move on from Cornwall School and hopefully get back into the regular system. That's the goal for the entire school, is to get that, to go back and be successful. Other goals, that they just, get themselves back on track. Sometimes it has nothing to do with the school, it has nothing to do with the academics, it's just themselves. They might need an extra year to settle down, to grow up, to sort things out in their life, or to have someone help them sort things out in their life. So that's the other main goal for students leaving here or coming here.
Here at Cornwall School we have 2 counselors, a girls counselor and a boys counselor, so that we can give the students extra support if they're having difficulties. And so, even though we have small classrooms and they get a lot of individual attention in the classrooms, sometimes they still have some patterns of behavior that, you want to talk to them about and help them try and fix. I guess some of the other issues that some of the girls have that it's nice to have a girls counselor is, when they think they're pregnant and they, you take them for pregnancy tests, or when they're talking about relationships with boys and stuff, it's just nice sometimes to have the boys counselor and girls counselor separately.
We have about 95% Native kids. When I first came here 17 years ago, there was only 1 other Native person on staff, and then back then it was still 95% Native kids. Lots of them came here with nothing. They don't know any background or anything, but it's the 2nd or 3rd generation born into the city already. And some of them hardly ever go back home unless it's for a funeral or maybe a feast, but other than that, they got no culture here. And when I came, I started implementing some of the cultural stuff, like sweat lodges, teepee rising, pipe ceremonies, and smudging.
I'm enrolled in the Youth Care Diploma program at SIAST, and it's more to work in residential settings with youth at-risk youth, and I eventually want to open a home for addicted youth. I was just rude, I guess, to my teachers and everybody, and for the most part I wasn't there, so when I was, that was my attitude towards the whole school. And
well, I went to the school, Davin School in Cathedral area there. It was my first time going to a different school, and I went there for only 2 months until I came here, but during school I used to get intoxicated. I used to miss school, not do anything, be a troublemaker, talk a lot.
Usually when the students first start here, they're very guarded, very reserved. The short term, you start seeing them coming. We go to their house. If they're not here, we go to their house and we pick them up, and they get to know us on a personal level. We get to know them. It's a very informal setting. So we get to build a relationship with them, and with that, you see them start trusting us more and sharing more with us. As that goes on and the relationships build, it just opens the door for us to deal with them as a whole person if they're having maybe problems at home. It's not just school.
It was very welcoming, and I liked it more because everybody was more equal and everybody's here on a first name basis. So
the teachers would help you. There'd be like less kids. It's not like a big, huge worry. Plus, you work at your own pace. The work was really good. Plus, there was lunch like at that school. Like, you get rides. It mostly just helps you evolve.
About this much. Not too much. Well, the purpose of this nutrition program is to provide breakfast for the students. Quite often they're in a hurry in the morning and they don't get breakfast at home, and they can grab breakfast here. And then we provide healthy meal for them at lunchtime that follows the Canada Food Guide. And we're hoping that that will meet their nutrition needs altogether. Every day a teacher sends a student to come and cook with me each day. And what I basically do is teach them Cooking 101, like how to use a knife properly, how to prepare stock, and how to make sauces, and just involve them in whatever I'm preparing that day for dinner. And we talk a bit about nutrition and about what they like to eat and what they prepare at home, or some of the cooking skills they have.
Cornwall School has a contract system with the students. It could be attendance, if they're below a certain percent, if they don't come a certain amount of time. It could be their behavior, or they're not working in class. Those reasons could mean that they would be on outreach. So once they're on a contract, if they break that contract, then they come to my program, which is outreach. So for Cornwall students, me and the youth would have to come together and come up with a plan on how to get back into school, which means remedying the issue that got them out of school.
If you're coming to Cornwall School as a teacher, you need to be flexible, because you're going to have 12 students and they're all going to be all over the place, just like any other school, but even more so because a lot of our students are missing gaps. They're missing scaffolding that they need to build on to learn new skills, whether it be academic skills or social skills. They're missing bits and pieces, and you need to be flexible enough within your classroom to get those skills and those scaffolding rebuilt so they can move on and move forward for you. So you got to be patient, flexible.
There's always a need for alternative schools because not all students learn the same. The public and the separate systems have alternative programs within their systems, but they're still part of the system. The nice thing about Cornwall is we stand alone, and the kids and the parents know that, and we can kind of do things a little bit differently. We don't ever kick a kid out. It's just, hey, cool off, come back. When you're ready to fix it, come back. So we have the freedom to do things, a little bit differently.
I'm a believer that children need behavior classrooms. Academic children their needs can be met within any classroom. But behavior students impact not only themselves, but their entire class and school. So you need to have a place for those behavior students to go and get back on track and get back into the regular school system. But in the meantime, they need to have their own place to go to, because they have such an impact on everything that goes on within the school and class and themselves. So,
if it wasn't for CAS, I think definitely I probably wouldn't have gotten my grade 12. I probably wouldn't even have been thinking about college. And I might still be working at Robin's Donuts like I was when I was 13. And yeah.